Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. So, I'm realizing we're working on compulsory primary school, and I don't have the governance capacity to increase the size of the education system, which is the thing that you do with compulsory primary school. So, I'm going to queue in some... Okay, hold on. Before I do this... Diplomatic actions, regional actions. No, not this one. State actions. Gondar. Get it together. Wallonia. Get it together. Whew! Crisis averted. Alright. Now, I'm going to build up some governance capacity. A bunch of it. Quite a bit. Like 20 levels or something. No, not that many. Like 15 levels. So we'll just focus on wherever we're low on tax capacity. So Auvergne-Limousin, 2 levels. Poitou-Saintonge, 2 levels. Manon-Anjou, 2 levels. Aquitaine, 1 level. French Low Countries, 2 levels. Lorraine, 2 levels. Tunisia, 2 levels. Picardie, 2 levels. Volta, 1 level. Niger Delta, 3 levels. 4, actually. And that should be sufficient. Never one of them. A debate event. Some members of the industrialists have raised their concerns about the enactment of compulsory primary school, since they believe it would affect lower employment. They believe it would affect lower employment and promote agitation among the lower... Affect employment and prevent agitation among the lower classes. Whew! Oh, man. Reading fail. Everyone has their own place, right? I think we can all agree on that. If we teach these kids the same things we're teaching our own children, then who's stopping them from wanting the same jobs? And who'd then be doing what they ought to do? Educating for the sake of educating is nonsense, an idyllic utopia that would only lead to misery and empty factories and lazy workers. Everyone deserves a chance, extra enactment chance, industrialists a little upset, trade unions a little happier. Or they should consider it an act of charity, 75% chance nothing happens, 25% of a larger enactment success chance bonus, 20% as opposed to 10%. I'm going with the sure thing, the 10% bonus. I think I can live with my industrialists being a little salty. Lobbyists, lectures in Paris. A man employed by a powerful member of the Anti-Russian League is delivering lectures and pamphlets addressed to targeted constituencies in Paris. One lawmaker writes to a fellow politician, "Each day he finds me. I know not how. I'm quite disturbed. What are his aims? That hired emissary of the Anti-Russian League haunts the doors of the French Assembly, much like the ghost of the murdered Banglo. Make it clear lobbies are responsible for the emissaries they hire. Weaker rural folk, higher legitimacy. Or any concerns about the emissaries' behavior are unfounded. Stronger rural folk." I'm going to do the first one. I don't want the rural folk to be stronger. I want them to be weaker. That's sensible. Now, relations with Egypt are still quite bad. Are you damaging relations with me, Sarah? No, it doesn't seem so. It just took a long time. Oh, and I generated infamy down here, taking over these territories. That's why it's taking forever to get in good with them. Let me just... I'm going to go ahead and throw everything that's not the government sectors that I just queued in at the bottom of the queue. Except for these railways. There was definitely a smarter way of doing this, and I did not do it. But we're good. There was also a thing up there, and I did not notice it. Insufficient construction for the investment. Are you serious right now? Are you jerking my peanuts? The investment pool is fine, sir. Truly, is it ever fine? It'll be fine. It's empty. It's empty. Look at it. It's starving. The investment pool. It's starving. Alright. It's probably, actually, given where we are with government bureaucracy, it's probably a lot more bureaucracy than we need, but that's okay. We're doing a lot of stuff right now. We're GDP maxing. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe we're having a hard time running up on Great Britain. Although, once again, I must needs remind myself that we are building a lot of stuff in other countries. However, let's take a quick look at the influence game. We're doing pretty well with Portugal. We're doing pretty well with Spain. Progress is still low. Is Portugal, what kind of a power are you? You're a minor power. So if we can pull you into this thing. Can I do anything else diplomatically? I think I might have already checked this. If I give them investment rights, if I give them military assistance, does that give us increased leverage? Doesn't look like it. Can I get leverage any kind of how? Doesn't seem so. I guess I've just got to build up more industry. Let's see. Is there any population? Ooh, you're in a little bit of a population crunch. You got some unemployment in Beira, though. Suppose I could build up some profitable industry or other stuff here. Doesn't seem like there's too much that's that profitable here, though. Let me see. We'll build up the textile and tooling industries. Plenty of infrastructure available. And then Alentejo has some reasonably profitable tooling industries. Oh, and some good resource industries that we can build up. That should be nice. That should be worth it. Just a little bit more steel mills in addition. Just give them a nice little shot in the arm economically. A nice little economic bonus. In the words of oh my gosh. The man's name, Dr. House. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! I can't believe it. Who's the man who play? There's a sketch comedy bit where he and they're talking about Luxembourg. They're talking about, there are a bunch of like old European diplomats and whatnot, and they're talking about partitioning Luxembourg, and one of them says a thing about it being a nice economic bonus. Oh my goodness. Everyone's laughing at me in the comments now. Oh, this is the dumbest. I meant my dumbest. Revolution in North Germany. But where? Ah, in Oldenburg. A socialist revolt. Now, Bavaria has been in my power block a long time, and I can subjugate them. We would lose a bunch of cohesion. But that's not too bad. I can't subjugate Sardinia-Piedmont yet. Let's subjugate Bavaria. Actually, perhaps I wait until Kaffa is lower in liberty desire. Well, what I really need is to wait until Sokoto is low in liberty desire. It's a hairball. I don't want to have Bavaria subjugated that urgently, though. It would pull them into my market. I should build up Kaffa some. Just some. A sour truth. Given the low wages that workers in French Bougainville are receiving, more and more parents are pushed to send their children to work to help sustain their families. This is madness. How are we supposed to help these people if they themselves are forcing their children to work? We must do something. Put an immediate halt to this barbaric decision. It seems quite obvious that this is not something that they would want for their own children. They had other options, right? Judging these poor people based on their survival decisions won't help them either. We must stop this. 50% chance of 10% increase in success chance. 50% chance of a 20% increase in success chance. Industrialists mad. Lower certain pops in French Bougainville more radical. Or they do what they need to do. 50% chance of an increase in enactment success chance or not. Industrialists mad. I'm going to go with the first one. I can afford to have the industrialists be... the second one was armed forces mad. But I won't keep making my industrialists mad anyway. They're fine. They're still happy about the protectionism thing. And if I can make this happen reasonably quickly, which I hope I can, this is not going to be much of a problem. I'm realizing I've outrun my capacity a little bit. Actually, though, I'm going to be working on ID documents pretty soon, so I'll save that for Home Affairs. That'll let me conscript more, and being able to conscript more is very good. Keeping a lot of authority in the back pocket has been very good for me overall. Gold reserves continue to increase on account of I just can't stop buying businesses. Or I can't stop building businesses and then selling them. That's really the short and long of what's going on here. Okay. Still building up a bunch of stuff in Spain. Maybe I should increase the size of the investment pool, or the size of the construction queue. Because now the investment pool seems quite large and might even be said to be in charge. The investment pool is in charge of the country. You figure? You think? 30% strength on the industrialists? Yeah, it seems that way, basically. That said, the government's more legitimate than it's ever been. We're starting to get ticking loyalists just from legitimacy, and that's wonderful. Increasing the size of the healthcare system would also be useful in terms of continuing to strengthen the petite bourgeoisie. Which isn't... They're not in the government, but that would make them stronger relative to the other factions. That would be nice. Ooh, we're up to a cent. Wonderful. Sokoto attitude. Why? How? Stop it. Stop it, Sokoto. Stop being defiant. How dare you? How dare you? How absolute dare? Benin is... Yes, Benin is a subject of Britain's. I may need to snag Borgu and Dahomey. Now, Dahomey is also a subject of Britain's. Yeah, Britain's got all of these states in here. Except for Ashanti. They don't have Ashanti. They don't have access to Ashanti. So before I get Gojam, I may need to snag Borgu just to hand over... Just have some territory to hand over to Sokoto. If I only try to grab Borgu the state, it's only 3.2 infamy. And that would let me give Sokoto the rest of Hausaland, and that would be very good. On the other hand, if I simply annex, that's 5.5. Oh, I can take that much. Let's do it. No one will stop me. Army of North Africa, away. It's 5.5 infamy. It's barely any. On the other hand, this is a little dumb because I gotta hold Gondar until I can take all of Gojam. Because I need to have a way to get into Gojam. And so that was a little silly. I could have been smarter about that. Obviously, hey, there's compulsory primary school. Wonderful. Just increase education here. Obviously, I gotta be careful over here a little bit, but no, my relations with Kaffa are really, really friendly, so I'm not worried about that. An absent mind. There have been reports of Bernard de Montmorency Laval, leader of the landowners, not attending meetings or fulfilling his obligations. We can no longer ignore his absence. De Montmorency Laval barely even responds when we call his name. A blank stare. He almost doesn't blink. Let's go for a walk, we'd tell him, and he nods in silence, and in silence we walk. A doctor needs to see him. He removes his psychological affliction. He goes down in popularity, or he can get the help he needs in an asylum. He functionally dies, and the landowners get mad. I'm gonna do the first one. I don't. He can take a hit to popularity to get psychological help. It's 1883, for Pete's sake. Hey, we lost an agitator. Oil in Outer Houseland. Okay, so what's the international market look like for oil? Farms to factories. I'll take a look at that in a second. Oil, where are you at? Oil is... there's plenty of oil in the world. Road to progress. The industrialists have expressed their satisfaction with the direction being taken by the country and its newly built factories. There is only one possible direction: forward. Progress is like a train that doesn't stop, doesn't wait for anyone. You're either in or you're out. We've done this for our people, extra loyalists from political movements for 5 years, and we shall support that train. Industrialists happier and stronger. I'm going to say we've done this for the people. Loyalism is that much loyalism is very, very good. I know I've been increasing the strength of the industrialists, but they're doing just fine right now. I've got a 6th French army once again. Let's go ahead and upgrade these units and incorporate them into the Army of East Africa. There we go. I didn't take a look at Luxembourg, so let's take a look at it. How are things going here? People are emigrating, but why? Why does no one want to be here? People want to be here. They're going to America. Stupid America. Stop it. We got some pretty productive industries here. Let's build up... Let me see. How's infrastructure? Infrastructure is doing much better now. Let's build up a couple levels of railways. And... 2 arms. I'm not even going to look. Let's build up iron mines and coal mines. And that should be fine. We'll just max them right out. Alright, and these are the ones in Burgundy. Alright, excellent. We are winning our war, so that's wonderful. So I'll be able to seize the whole country, and then I'll be able to hand over the rest of Hausaland to Sokoto. And that'll make them stronger, and it'll also reduce their liberty desire, which will be really nice. Again, that's their capital, so hopefully that'll continue to work. Ooh, we got a little bit of a market access issue here. So let's build a railway PDQ. Do we have market access issues anywhere else in the country? We do. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize. There's that. Alright, Hubert Cousin Montauban has appeared in the Kingdom of France. He's a corporatist aligned with the... Or no, he's an integralist aligned with the bourgeoisie. How interesting. Sokoto, my friends. Have a chunk of your capital. Well discovered in Hausaland, not my problem. Let's go ahead and reset production methods over here in Dahomey. How's infrastructure? It's bad. Let's build it up. Let's build it up, shall we? Now, how much do I need to annex the whole of Gojam? It's 15. All right, so I really need to chill over here. All right, Great Britain's going after Siam again. What is happening here? Hold on. Oh my gosh, they've just been slicing off bits. Great Britain, you salty dogs, what's going on with you? Well, it is what it is. I'm not really... I probably should have been more conscientious about opposing them over there, but I wasn't. Are you still saying there's insufficient... Oh, wow. Investment pool is chock full. Actually, maybe I do need to build up the construction sector. Because things are going buck wild. So, yeah. Let's build up 8 levels in Alsace-Lorraine. I'm just going to start rounding places up to 10 and see how that feels. Constantine's not in the metropole, but we'll build up some of the places in the empire. Let's see. French Low Countries. They're technically in the metropole at this point. Now we're down to Guyenne. That's 36. I need 14 more. 12. 6. 4. And that should put us up at a nice, even 200. And indeed it has. All right. Let's throw these construction sectors at the top of the queue. I'm going to make it the right decision to swap over to the new steel method. As you can see, I've gone absolutely buck wild with construction, but I mean, it's worth it, right? Like I got cash flowing in, I got employment going up. Population's going buck wild. I think this could not but be the right call. Also the end of automatic machine guns. How are we with innovation? We have hit our cap. How much is overflowing into tech spread? Almost none. So that's good. So that means we're going to need to build up some more universities. Where's the universities? They're further down. All right. So I am sure. You do you, buddy. Let me see. Oh, we got an infrastructure shortage in Savoy. Provence, a little short in education. Alsace the Rhine, you could use some levels. The Rhine, some levels. Grenanie, some levels. Some levels. Some levels. Alright, and I'm actually going to put these at the top of the queue. I say as though I don't always say we'll put them at the top of the queue. I just... They build fast. They build fast. We'll do the construction sectors first. And of course, I want to build these railways first to make sure that that Sokoto doesn't wind up isolated from my market. Because the Liberty Desire is not going down as fast as I would like. Although relations are improving, we've almost got them up to cordial, and that'll get like a -2, I think. Or something. There's the automatic machine gun. Wonderful. So now we're just going to equip all our armies with machine guns. Wow, that's a significant increase to mobilization costs, all told. Oh, gosh, Shaggy. We got a 6th French army again, and a 7th. Oh, that's right. That's right. So these guys... Army of North Africa, no. 7th French Army, where are you located? You're down here. Okay, you're the Army of West Africa now. Beautiful. You got 1 unit of regular infantry. We're going to demobilize them, but you're going to be important later. So 6th French Army, we're going to transfer you into the Army of East Africa. All. Firm. And that'll be just fine. I finished with my construction sectors? I did. So once again, that's made cash flow a little bit more reasonable. Gold reserve limit is still vastly below the current size of the treasury. And once again, I can afford to be a little bit more infamous, but I want to keep Sokoto coming down in Liberty Desire. Kaffa is almost there. They're almost at the point where I can reduce their Liberty Desire, and Sokoto has reached the point where I can reduce someone else's autonomy without affecting them. Don't have any countries I can invite. I've been building up Spain and Portugal, and that's not successfully getting me a stronger hold on them, which is sad. Very sad. A tragedy, in fact. I deserve to eat other countries. Just like I'm going to do with Gojam in a little bit. So, where else do I want to go? I want to buy Guyana from Great Britain. Education's up to 4. So again, this is mostly to take advantage of my increased education, but it'll also give me a big old boost to tech spread eventually, which is necessary. I mean, once these universities get fully employed. Wow, that's a real penalty to construction efficiency. Supporting the Prussian workers. Hey, we're second verse same as the first. We will support the workers in Prussia, boosting the power of their trade unions. I didn't check if this boosted the power of my trade unions, so that's just because I'm so smart. Maybe we believe in the international cause of the working man, maybe we don't. In the end, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the Prussian trade unions get stronger. An excellent idea, 20% stronger. This would be ill-advised, 10% weaker. I'm going with the first one. Same as we've been doing. My trade unions are actually astonishingly weak, given that we're on commercialized agriculture right now. Commercialized agriculture typically depowers the rural folk and empowers both the trade unions and the industrialists. The landowners also are not marginalized, which is a little bit of a shock. Excellent. Our next king supports the industrialists, so once Charles de Lion is ruling the country, we will have an industrialist lock-in state, and that will be just wonderful. Get that university up to the top of the queue there. very happy with this. See, now that relations are cordial, their liberty desire is continuing to go down. And I'm very pleased with that overall. I forgot that having a sovereign empire reduces liberty desire. I'd forgotten how powerful that is. Speaking of which, how are we? We're 7 weeks away from another mandate, which will be nice. I think the next one I'm going to go for is the foreign investment one to get extra leverage from building ownership, because I think that's what's going to get me control over Spain. Dealing in arms. The establishment of a munitions plant in the French Low Countries ensures an abundant supply of ammunition for the Kingdom of France. I resent the term arms dealer. It implies that I am no more than a cynical profiteer, benefiting from the suffering of my fellow man. Nothing could be further from the truth. What I do guarantees peace and security, not only in the Kingdom of France, but throughout the civilized world. If you want peace, prepare for war. Extra munitions plants throughput. That's fun. Not a shocking event, but nice. Good enough. Soon. So who do we want to pull into our block? Actually, Sardinia-Piedmont's economy is stronger than Bavaria's. So maybe we want Sardinia-Piedmont. Then again, what about New Granada? If I recall correctly, New Granada is typically a pretty weak economy. Yeah, it looks like. So I don't necessarily want to subjugate them too soon. Getting Kaffa down to being a puppet would be really, really nice. Excellent. So, use autonomy. Shazam. Or reduce subject payments, as always. That'll get their liberty desire really going down. Now, power block. And principal will take slot 3, and we'll take foreign investment. Increase leverage from economic dependence. And that should hopefully get us the rest of the way with Spain and Portugal. That's my hope. That's where I'm hoping we can get to. Belgium's a little bit hard to guarantee. Cohesion's a little bit low. I do have a lot of independent power block members. I see. So that's part of the reason I should be focusing on subjugating. But I can subjugate. Well, let me wait. No, we'll do this because we got to get our cohesion back anyway. Their liberty desire actually starts quite high, but it's going down really, really fast. What if I... No. Corsica's part of my empire. I'm not going to hand it over. I incorporated Corsica, didn't I? I did. Alright, beautiful. How's the incorporation of Luxembourg going? Yeah, it's going. It's not ideal. What's this? Let them riot. Oh, man. Luxembourg, you've mishandled Luxembourg. How could you? Relations with Egypt are continuing to increase. 39 infamy to make them protectorate. Bitch, I might. Where was that? Quarreland and the Sinai, we need to be at 20 or higher. Cool. I'll be able to get there. I'll be able to get there eventually. One day. If I stop trying to eat countries over here. Kaffa going down in liberty desire. Sokoto obviously went up a little bit, but we're still okay with them. Now, with Bavaria, I cannot subjugate because I don't have sufficient cohesion. So, we just have to wait for cohesion to build up again. Because, again, we're producing less leverage, and that's lowering our ability to get control over Spain. Yeah, so you can see the predicted leverage is lower. But it's going to go back up as our cohesion rebuilds. And that's going to be important. We have an unrecognized regional power as a member. Who? Dang. I guess I'll have to just find out. Yes, Sokoto. Excellent. I'm not giving Kaffa knowledge sharing. I need to be doing that. I know I'm kind of torpedoing my own tech spread here, but it's it's important, particularly these countries in regions that haven't really gotten a chance to build up technologically that much. It's really critical to keep them to get them knowledge spreading so that they can get stronger. Identification documents, excellent, and that is what's going to let us increase our home affairs level to 3. And reinforced concrete. Excellent. So that gives us a big ol' increase to construction, which should be visible now. There we go. Look at all that. Wonderful. Ooh, we've got vulcanized... Sokoto. How dare you? How absolute dare. I granted you a state, Sokoto, twice. How could you? Treacherous, treacherous, perfidious Sokoto. Oh, we're having fun. Silliness level large. Army of West Africa is low in organization. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what happens when you don't have a general. Let me see. Ferdinand Foch. Oh, excellent. Persistent, experienced offensive planner, popular commander. You, sir, are a reformer. You, sir, may head up the Army of West Africa. Have a promotion. I forget what you're famous for, but we're going to find out. Alright, so let's throw some infantry in here. Some artillery. And some lancers. Dahomey is still low in infrastructure. Let's subsidize the railway. Power block is increasing in cohesion once again. So once again, holdover Spain and Portugal has gone down, but it'll go up as time goes by. And Liberty Desire for Sardinia-Piedmont is going down really, really fast, so that's very good. Now, anything I want to do before I close out the episode? I think I want to cue in a little bit more construction. What does my market need? It doesn't really need man-o-wars, it's just pretending. I need to increase the size of my food industries. That's what I need. So where are food industries profitable? Oh, right. Forgot to do that. Food industries, where are you profitable? You're profitable in a lot of places outside of France. Renanie? Brittany? Champagne. Aquitaine is actually manually downsizing, which is unfortunate. Corsica, you're profitable, but you're also very low employment. You don't have automated bakery capacity yet. Poitou-Saintonge. Build up 10 levels in Poitou-Saintonge. Alright, that's alright. That's good enough. Can I get Switzerland into my power block? They're already in there. I already pulled them in. Oh, I'm so smart. Let me see. Can I subjugate them? I could. Let's say we do the other countries. How big's their economy? 3.5. Do I want to wait for it to get up in cohesion a little more? Yeah, I do, because I don't want to be at really low cohesion. That could put me in a situation, and I don't desire to be in a situation. Again, by subjugating countries, I'm increasing my set point of cohesion because I get less cohesion for every country that's not a subject of mine. That's just a property of how sovereign empires work. Whew. So it's been a wild episode. We've gotten a lot of work done, and it's time to put a pin in it. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well, and I will see you on the other side.